Cool. Everyone here, we're good? All right, cool. So, welcome to Hashcat State of the Union. Hi, my name is Redacted. I work for Redacted. I might have some certifications. Unfortunately, they're all redacted. I have hobbies. They're also all redacted. I might be the bishop of the Church of Wi-Fi version 3 or any greater version. And I'm also a member of Team Hashcat, along with a few other people in the room. I think we see Minga up here and a few other folks. Now for the disclaimers. My opinions are mine and mine alone. Don't take any of this with any kind of real seriousness. Some of the stuff changes really, really fast. I'm not a Hashcat developer. I just do a lot of the testing for random stuff. All the real hard work's done by Adam and his friends, so none of that's all me. No warranties expressed or implied, guaranteed on that. And my employer is in no way affiliated with this talk. Don't tell them I'm here. And my power skills suck. I'm absolutely not sorry for this. At all, in no way, shape, and or form. So, why are we all here? The last year in the Hashcat world, things have changed dramatically. There's been a whole number of changes that have gone on. So we're going to go through some of those new ones. There might be some cool stuff after we go through the change logs and everything else. I'm going to show you how to do some NTLM version 1 reversing to straight NTLM hash for pass the hash. And I may or may not bash AMD like last year. So, where were we last year? 2015 was a really weird and interesting time. We had 3 versions of Hashcat. It was closed source. There was Hashcat CPU, OCL Hashcat, CUDA Hashcat, no FPGA support, and things they worked. You know, we all had beta keys to deal with. We had to deal with, really crappy middleware that didn't work quite so well. So, things have kind of changed a bit. So, the biggest one, Hashcat has gone open sourced. MIT licensed even. You can see all the code and go play with whatever you want. There's no more time bombs. There's no more beta key files. And the best part is, you no longer have to use John the Ripper because there's bit-sliced GPU kernels. DES cracking actually completes in a reasonable amount of time before the universe ends. The code is up on GitHub, by the way. And the best part is, I had to put this up here, even Magnum likes Hashcat. So yeah, John the Ripper's dead, I'm sorry. So, the coolest part about Hashcat, most recent one, is they merged the CPU and GPU Hashcat into one common as of 3.0. So it's, the old stuff's now called Hashcat Legacy. You use one thing, it works for FPGA, works for GPU, works for CPU. And the coolest part now is you can do GPU and CPU during the same freaking crack run. So it works. They've also dropped CUDA support, switched everything through OpenCL, so it's one common setup. They've also changed your rules, so you can use way longer rules, but it maxes out about 50K or so. You can modify that, but it's all good. We also have BSD support, so when systemd comes out and you guys hate using Ubuntu and everything crashes, you can go to a real operating system like, God intended. There's also, nice auto-tune engines, and yes, you Mac fanboys can run Hashcat in your Macs now. But switch to a real computer, please. Anyone here remember how to use the old-fashioned -N-U to tune all your setups and everything else? It was a pain in the ass. Nothing ever worked. Yeah, there's a nice new auto-tune engine now. And it's all tied down to your workload profile. So you can specify, 1 for when you want to watch or play games while you're running crashes in the background, or all the way up to -4, and it adjusts all your -N and -Us for you. There's also a database now that you can go do your own modifications to control your runtimes, so you can tune things up. Like my rigs are just ridiculous. Set them on W4. You get 0 desktop response, but you can crack all day long without having any serious issues. So it's taking some of the guesswork out of trying to crack a hash. There's also automatic hardware management. Stuff like, automatic power tune taken care of for the AMDs, although no one actually likes AMD. Please stop using them. But that's all taken care of. There's also control of NVIDIA over NVML. All that stuff works great. Highly, highly, highly recommended. Performance. There was a mild performance drop for pre-Maxwell cards for NVIDIA. But if you're using a pre-Maxwell card, just sell your card and get a new 970, 960. Just stop using them, please. I mean, you shouldn't be using a 5-year-old card for GPU cracking. Your laptops can do better performance anyways. But there's some serious performance increases. NetNTLM version 1, for example, has a 100% increase. So things have gotten unique. There is a Google Doc with all the guides. Know it, use it, love it, know your workloads. The coolest part, though, is now there's now generic DES key support. So this means you can do a known plain text attack against DES and reverse the keys, which is great for NTLM version 1. You shouldn't use the protocol, but I'm going to demonstrate how cool this is. This is not in the mainstream released 3.10. It is only in the current GitHub release, so make sure you do a git checkout before you run this. But I'll be doing a slow walkthrough on this, and it's going to be pretty cool. You can also crack TDES, Adobe stuff. There's new stuff coming out all the time that we've been doing testing on this, but DES paths through mode 14,000 is the best. So, to demo this, you obtain your NTLM version 1 challenge via Responder, the Hack5 land turtle attacks that people have been playing around with, all the fun stuff we got in. Get your challenge however way you do it, legally, of course, please. Remove the 99, and we're going to pipe it through base 64 decode to make it look like this. So, an NTLM version 1 challenge is actually split up into really 3 components to it. You've got your challenge component 1, you got your part 2, you have your PT3, and you have your fixed challenge. So the part in red there, the part in red is your NTLM version 1 challenge. The fixed challenge, everyone knows it in Responder. And it's, it'll work in a second. So typically if you want to crack NTLM version 1, it'll take a while because it's not straight NTLM. But the nice part is CT1 and CT2 are generated with the same plaintext challenge. So you can multi-hash them. The key space is only 2 to the 56. So you can make a hash file out of this. Run it through your decoder. You can spit her out. Or if you're lazy like me, you can just do a little bit of bash and do it all fully automatically. This will be posted on the Hashcat forums, so you guys can do this all. So I'll actually have this posted right after this slide, so you don't have to write this long set of text down. But I believe in automation rather than manually selecting bits out of a field with with hex dumps. It's just a pain in the ass. But so you prepare your hash file, get it ready to roll, and then you can run Hashcat on it. And it takes maximum of 11 days on an 8 GPU rig, which is kind of ridiculous. It's still long, but it's still crackable. So to speed this up, we need our nodes. So traditionally, you had 2 options. One was use middleware, things like Hashstack, Hashtopus, Hashtopussy, Cracklord, Minga's custom stuff. But I'll be honest, I hate middleware. It mangles everything. New stuff comes out. It takes forever to get support in the middleware. So I got bored one night in IRC and I wrote a job distribution calculator. But first, let's get back to, here's a quick demo of, 11 days for a maximum crack. Not terribly bad. But yeah, I got really, really, really annoyed about this skip and limit calculation components. In contests, you have to go distribute your jobs out to friends, do your manual -S-L. This new method works over telephone, IRC, email, stone tablet, smoke signals. You could probably make it work. It's not too bad. But again, I hate middleware. So you download my little script. You fill out how many GPU nodes you have and how many GPUs you have. So, say you got 8 980s, 8 980s, and a stack of nodes with 4 980s in there. You split it all out. The default key space in the script is built for the DES mode 1400, but the first argument of the script, you just feed it a key space out of your -- key space, and it'll readjust a few things. So you go run the script, and it spits out copy and pastable -S and -L values. So you can give a chunk to your friend, run a chunk on this node, run a chunk on that node. None of the overhead of having to deal with a full cluster controller with 120 gigs of RAM and massive disk and all the expenses that come with it. It's all taken care of. So you take your -M crack method, and to go through how we crack the DES hash on this, it's hashcat -M mode 1400, your hashes file, output to dash cracked, attack mode 3, use the char sets. There's actually a DES full char set now in there, so you're ready to roll on that because it uses a slightly custom one rather than using question B or question A. You feed the char set file, go question 1, give it workload profile, copy your -S-L, and drops it down to maximum of 2 days. And none of the hassle of middleware. So with 6 nodes, 2 days, that's not bad. That's, within the scope of a pen test. Add more nodes, do more work. The only catch is after you crack these, you need to make your keys still usable. So Adam wrote some nice little lovely Perl scripts for that. And I made things even easier with some more bash to generate you your completed password out of your NTLM. So as a comparison, what this does is CP1 is that cracked component 1, CP2 is the cracked component 2, and then PT3 is the final piece of your NTLM hash that was indicated right. Where the hell am I? Right here, that 58.6C. You piece them all together, and you now have a working NTLM version or NTLM hash. Where am I? There we go. You now have a working NTLM hash that you can pass the hash with without ever having to crack the password. And everyone still has NTLM in their environments, right? You've turned that all off? No. Nice and easy, 2 days. The password could be 30 characters long. You can still use it for a pass if they still have version 1 on. So yeah, things have changed a bit. Things have gotten faster. I kind of sped through this whole piece, so I've got time to go through and have a whole ton of questions. The biggest thing, though, is there's now 160 different hash modes. So for all intents and purposes, you can now use this in place of John the Ripper. They fixed most of the output bugs. It's fully open source, so there is no more reason to hate on Hashcat anymore. Special thank you to Adam. Special thank you to Minga. Special thank you to everybody on Team Hashcat that's helped us out over the years, showing us cool things, teaching us everything. I would not be here if it wasn't for the giants before me. And I hope you all do really cool things too. If you want to build it, there's how you build it. And I might, I'll post all this stuff on the Hashcat forums after this is all said and done. And that, my friends, is it. And I'm ready for questions. Minga.
So the DES keys that you're cracking that take 11 days or whatever it is, are they capital in number and special, or are they binary?
It's all lowercase. It's all. I actually haven't read into the set. It's with the DES. It's Adam made a key space file for it, so I gotta go double check the chairset file. I used to use what's handed to me, so I'm lazy like a script kiddie. Yeah, they're just random, like alphanumeric with a little bit of special character stuff in it. Standard. Anyone else? Bueller? It's funny, I gave an entire talk on that. DerbyCon 1, Steve Werby gave a talk on using Amazon EC2, and that was back when their GPUs are sucked. A lot of the new cloud service providers are vastly improving with their GPU capabilities, so if you don't have the money to build a proper rig, renting out Amazon EC2 for a couple of hours, it costs you about $1,000, but if you got the money, it's better than spending 30, 40 grand on a giant cracking rig or paying my rates or Minga's rates. But I still prefer building my own rigs. It's nice to be able to walk up and drop 700 billion NTLM keys per second on somebody.
I saw a cloud cracker went down. What's the service?
I'll be honest, I haven't used a cloud service in about 5 years, so if you want a proper cloud service or want someone to crack for you, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of consultants here that'll pay for it. The other option is you can lease your rigs now if you want to go talk to the Stricture group, Sagita.systems. They'll either sell you a pre-made rig or lease you one, and I believe they may be talking or producing a solution. But other than that, I know you can contact the CoreLogic guys, pay Ming a lot of money, and he'll crack them for you. Anybody else? No, I know it was quick. If anyone wants to go sit through and do like a live demo on this, I can't show you on camera what I'm doing, but I can definitely go through a demo on how to crack this over a beer at the bar. I'm evil_mog on Ninja, EvilMog on IRC, and I answer questions on IRC almost all day, every day. So feel free to come on over and say hi.